So here's a quick thing you can do on your computer right now. Open your browser, go to photos.google.com and then log in with your Google account. Now open any picture or video and then download it. Go to the downloads list in your browser and then copy the download link of the photo that you have just downloaded. Now open a new incognito window or a new private window and then paste this download link in the search bar and then hit enter. The picture or the video gets downloaded even in your incognito window. But that's not supposed to happen, right? Because you're not logged in to your Google account in your incognito window. So technically, you are able to download a photo or video that is stored on your Google Photos without authenticating with your Google account. In other words, this link is a public link available for anyone on the internet to access, which means your photos or videos or any other media you have on your Google Photos cloud storage are public in a way, because all one needs is a link to access your media. Not even any authentication is required. I know, I was really surprised when I realized this myself. I mean, how can a company like Google create public links for the media that is stored on their cloud storage, right? So then I checked with Apple. I did the same thing. I went to my iCloud, downloaded a photo in my browser, and then checked if this download link is a public link. And it indeed is a public link. So if anyone has this public link, they can download or access my media without having to authenticate. It is as simple as pasting the link in the browser's search bar. In a way, it is like this YouTube video. You have the link to this video, which means you can view it or download it. Same way, you have the link to any media stored on Google Photos or iCloud. It doesn't matter if the photo or video belongs to you, you can still access it or download it if you have the link. So let's think about it this way. You capture a photo or video in your phone, Android or iOS, doesn't matter. This media is automatically synced to the cloud, or in other words, it's automatically uploaded to the cloud, which is Google Photos if you're on Android or iCloud if you're on iOS. And then a public link is created for this. So technically speaking, any photo or video that you capture on your smartphone is being automatically made public for everyone on the internet. But let me try to comfort you here. It is very unlikely that someone can get their hands on your media links. Because you see, these links are not simple links. Like for example, the link of this YouTube video, which is very simple. They are quite complex. Actually, they are very complex. For example, if you see this Google Photos link, it goes like this: lh3.googleusercontent.com/ and then a long random string. Now this string happens to be 102 characters long, which is very long. Now I don't know what this string means or how this is generated, but it is obvious that it is generated randomly using some cryptographic function. In other words, it is very hard to guess this string or this URL as whole. In fact, to guess a string like this, even on a very high-end, very powerful computer, it would take this amount of years. I don't even know how to spell that number, but you understand, it is almost impossible to brute force something like this. Even though I know it is very unlikely that someone could guess the public links to my media stored on Google Photos or iCloud, there are still other things attackers can do to steal these links. They can do browser attacks. They can steal my browser history which contains these links. It's not that hard. The ultimate point I want to make here is that once the link is compromised, it means your photo or video is also compromised. No server-side validation is done when someone clicks on these links. They are directly given access. So do not share these links with anyone. Understand that they are sensitive. They are meant to be kept private. It's surprising to see that this precaution is not mentioned anywhere on Google Photos or on iCloud. So just when I'm about to end this video, I found out this API reference on how to access items stored on Google Photos. It belongs to the Google Photos API. From here, I learned that this URL, which happens to be public, is called base URL, and that once it is generated, it will expire after 60 minutes. So if you try accessing this link after 60 minutes, it would just give you an error 404. Well, that's great. It is good to know that at least these links do not give permanent access. They expire after a certain time. But then, if you open a media on Google Photos, right click on it and then select open in a new tab, the URL that opens in the new tab is different from the download URL which we were talking about, which happens to be public. It is more lengthy, but the domain name is the same. Anyway, this URL seems to be permanent. It doesn't expire after 60 minutes like the download URL. So if you have this URL, you can access that media anytime you want, unless of course if the media is deleted from Google Photos. So it is kind of like a permanent URL. It works anytime. So I don't really understand the reason behind this. I mean, obviously Google knows about this, but for some reason they think that this is indeed the best approach for their application. Maybe it is indeed the best possible approach. I don't know. Let me know in the comments section below if I missed something or if I misunderstood something, and if this is indeed the way things are supposed to work, or at least this is the best possible way that they could make it work, because I'm really confused.